Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with another video, and today we have the San Jose State Dynasty offseason. After finishing the season 10-3 and 6-2 in conference play, just barely missing out on the Mountain West Championship game because of a loss to Air Force, who went 1-11, we are now in the offseason. Losing a lot of guys, both to graduation and to the transfer portal probably this season. Let's take a look at the season stats, and then we will get through everything else. Give you my rundown of what I think needs to happen. Out of the quarterback play, Storm Gillette, Corbin Freeman, Kevin Myers all saw significant time, all appearing in about 6 games. I really like Storm Gillette. I think we have a lot of left in him. I think he's going to be fine. I want to make sure his ratings are still fine. His accuracy can still use some use, as well as his elusiveness, but overall, not much else you can really update on Storm Gillette. But going into his junior year, I think he should still be fine. I think if he's a backup going into next year, I think we're in a good pace and a good spot. I like Corbin Freeman. He's the best athlete of the bunch. I think he's the best quarterback of the bunch. He really turned the season around, right? He was 0-5 in terms of touchdowns to interceptions when he got benched. He then went on a 12-1 streak, increased his completion percentage by I think 1 or 2%, and he threw for 1,700 yards on the season. I think he performed very good down the stretch. It's just the first couple weeks, I don't think we really had the offense figured out. I don't think we really had everything figured out. Of course, later in the season, we ended up starting that senior guard instead. I know we did some other stuff to kind of move guys around and try to figure out who was the best to get out on the field and who to put in certain situations. And I think the offense was just running a little bit better. Kevin, I'm going to be honest, I really liked him, but going into his senior season in which he played right. He played good, right? But his accuracy is maxed. His throw power is 82, and I think throw power, by the way, throw power just feels fucking incredible this season. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. And I don't mean just like launching a fucking deep ball, by the way. I'm talking about throw power feels a lot more important this year for quarterbacks to deliver good strikes, right? Like I'm talking like crosser over the middle, 2 linebackers, right? They're playing cover 3 or whatever. You got the 2 linebackers standing in like the middle part of the field at the seams. You're trying to deliver an in route that's 10 yards. You got to put it on the fucking line, and you got to throw a strike. It feels like it's very important. I have a quarterback in my Akron series. He came in as a 4-star. He has like 97 throw power. He's fucking insane. His accuracy was an issue his first 2 seasons because we weren't really upgrading that. We were getting some other stuff upgraded on him. But like his throw power just really felt like it was forcing the ball into spots that, the other quarterbacks weren't able to do. Like I had a higher overall 3-star gem quarterback who had accuracy out the wazoo, 90s basically across the board, could make any throw, but his throw power was only like an 85, so it didn't feel as strong getting the ball there. And I think that's why Kevin Myers just isn't the future. I think his overall is kind of tapped. Most of what he has left to upgrade is very expensive, and at most he's going to get, 30 upgrade points. I think his time has come. Russ, if he doesn't want to leave because of his deal breaker still being fine at a B-, I'm totally fine with keeping him. He looks good. There's a reason we brought him in. Yes, I called him a bitch because he came in and threw 2 balls in the Arizona game, threw a pick, got injured, knocked out, and went out the fucking game. He literally came in. So this is how Storm Gillette got his first ever throws, right? Russ is the 3rd quarterback. Corbin Freeman started the game, wasn't playing good. Kevin Myers came in, wasn't playing that great. He was playing fine, he wasn't playing that great. We bring Russ in because Kevin's gotten hit so many fucking times, right? So we benched Corbin. Kevin comes in, is playing well, is getting hit so much that he's starting to get injured. We bring Russ in to relieve him. He throws 1 ball, incomplete, throws another ball, pick. I'm pretty sure he got hit on that same play and ran off the fucking field. So that's how Storm got his first action in this season. I think we have the quarterbacks of the future on the team. Spillman and Mechie, I don't think are anything long-term pieces. I think Spillman, I'm going to be honest, brother, you can fucking leave. Mechie, if you want to leave, go for it. Yeah, you might be ended up getting cut anyway. Running the football, I think we need to be not more efficient, but we need to have a bigger emphasis on running the football next year, going into next year. I think that's something that has to be an emphasis. Granted, you can't fucking tell me that that, like, I was supposed to run the ball more. When you're looking at our running backs, and we got 67, 67, 66, and then the other running backs are higher overalls, but they're fucking 79 speed. And the offensive line being what it was just easier to hit those quick drop backs. 1, 2, 3, get the ball out. Deion Jones, record-setting season, 111 receptions for him. Finishes, I think, 75 yards short of the single season record for San Jose State. 5 touchdowns short, I think, as well. Speed and DeMarco both had very productive years as true freshmen. 46 and 50 catches apiece for them. Almost 800 yards for Speed. 559 yards for DeMarco. 5 and 2 touchdowns for both of them. Landers and Harper, the 2 freshman tight end, had a successful season, combining for, 58 catches and just over 800 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a very successful season from the true freshman tight ends. Heige, another senior that we're going to be losing, played well for us when we needed him to. Wasn't asked to do anything spectacular. Enjoy graduation, buddy. And then Ahmad, John, and Cohen all got involved in the receiving game. They put up a grand total of 7 touchdowns, and they put up just a little over, I think, about 600 yards there. I'm not doing the exact math on it, but still, they played pretty well. Rico DeLuca also was involved in sparingly. Drops are a big issue, but not being able to develop, of course. 4 of the fucking 5 guys that saw major targets were fucking, 4 of the top 5 guys that saw major targets were true freshmen. So I can't blame that too much, as well as the inconsistent quarterback play and so on and so forth. Sacks, I'm not too worried about, right? Bettis and Bridge are both true freshmen as well. Redmond didn't play a whole ton. I know it says he played in all 13 games. He had 457 snaps. Good senior. Wasn't going to be anything special. Boone played well for what it was worth. Asking a redshirt sophomore, to come in and start against some good edges. We played some good edges this year, and the inconsistent quarterback play, everything like that, it's going to be tough on a left tackle to do that. But the one person I'm really impressed with is, of course, Dwayne Bridge, the raw strength, 6'3", 298 right guard out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 2 sacks on 801 snaps played. I don't think this guy missed much time, if any. Because Scroggins was another guy that played in all 13 games. I don't remember him going down all that often. And he had 757 snaps. So Dwayne Bridge really had a good year. Johnny Bettis also had a really good year as the center. Need these guys to improve a little bit in the offseason, but I think we got our center and right guard pretty much nailed going forward. Steve, a guy that wants to get out, 95 tackles, 88 for Clay Wake, 86 for Cameron Kenyon, 84 for Conrad, and 81 for Escobar. This defense really stepped up in the second half. They played pretty well down the stretch. Definitely some still issues, right? Coverage issues, lack of pass rush, lack of run stopping capabilities. That happens when you only got really 2 defensive tackles that are worth anything on the roster at any given time. When your edge rushers are mainly run stoppers and not really the pass rushing types, that kind of plays into a big factor. Right, you see 24 tackles for loss for Steve, 16 for Cam Kenyon, and then, when your safety has 12, I know we were playing a lot of big nickel G. I know he was mainly the slot corner as well. It's still kind of rough just seeing those numbers not be up to the level that you wish. Joseph Vaughn, who played fairly well, only appearing in 9 games because he did end up getting hurt. I would say he probably played in about 8.5, being realistic, just because I think he definitely missed a couple games. I know he got injured one game, came back the next week, and I think that's when he got permanently injured. Not looking forward to next season with him. He's going to be a redshirt senior. He's basically capped out. We're not going to be able to really do much with him. Steve, 6 sacks. Mateo with 4.5. Dicker with 4.5. Kenyon with 3. 2 for Haney. 1.5 for Van Buren. 1 for Ayers. 1 for Foreman. 1 for Locke, and half a sack for Wake. 5 picks for Ladarius Conrad. 119 yards. So a good chunk of his yards, well, basically all of them, all but 12 yards, came off of just 1 pick 6. It happened in the same game that Dalton Brink had a pick 6 for exactly 107 yards. Dalton Brink had 4 picks, 3 of them being pick 6s, all picks in the same game. Now, unfortunately, that was a very impressive performance, but I would have preferred a lot of those picks to happen over various games to help us win more games, right? If he gets a pick six versus Air Force, if he gets a pick six versus, what was it? It wasn't San Diego State. It was Fresno State that we lost to, I think. If he could have had a pick six in both those games, maybe it's a different story. Maybe we're sitting there at 11-1 in our first season. But then again, are we overachieving at that point? I think we overachieved this season, but nonetheless, Minnis also had 2 picks. Wake also got involved. So not a whole ton of supporting cast there. As you guys see, the 4 touchdowns, 3 from Brink, 1 for Conrad. I think Conrad had a pick 6 at one point, and it got wiped off the board because of penalties. We did force quite a bit of fumbles, in my opinion. We forced a grand total of 8. We only recovered 3 of them. So no block kicks, no safeties, and the 2 most played players were Clay Wake and Mateo Pineda. Dalton Brink also up there with 659. Kicking, Mateo went, I think, perfect on extra points. Yes, and he went 14 of 17 on field goals. He was perfect with inside 39 yards. He missed 1 in between 39 and 49 yards. So in totality, he went 7 for 7 inside 39 yards, and anything above 40 yards, he went a grand total of 7 for 10. We didn't give him a whole ton of opportunities. I think there was a lot of chances where we had short yardage situations where we ended up going for it and electing to keep our offense out on the field. That wasn't anything towards Mateo. It was mainly a thing of we need touchdowns. Our defense is not good enough to win us football games. We need touchdowns in the worst way. So I'm not sitting here saying Mateo was bad by any stretch of the imagination. No return touchdowns on the year. Granted, I just don't think we have enough speed back there currently at the moment. We're going to look at team stats next. So let's look at it. The only thing I'm really caring about is whether or not we're in the top half or the bottom half. In points per game, we are in the top half of the college football national. Like just nationally, we are in the top half. That's what I want to see. For yards, we are also inside the top half. I kind of looked at some of this stuff, try to run down what I was thinking during this. So we're in the top half for points, we're in the top half for yards, and then we are top four in yards per play. Now, granted, I could sim a week and maybe Auburn would drop and then we would move up to number 3, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just trying to get a gauge of what we were good at, what we weren't good at, maybe some more positions that we can go after, in those later stages of the offseason when maybe I got a lot of my positions filled and I'm like, well, what else do we need? What do I need to get this? Do I need to get that? I can sit there and go, well, now I know what I want. Well, now I know what I want because we were bad at this, right? So, passing, we were a top 5 team in the nation. Passing touchdowns, we were a top half team. I'm not going to count down and see exactly how high up we are. Rushing, we were in the bottom half of the league. We were actually bottom 5. Not good. Rushing touchdowns, we had 16. We're still in the bottom half, but considering where else all the other teams finished, we did pretty well in that category. And I will say, for a team that only ran for 800 yards, if you look at the rest of the teams surrounding us with some of the worst rushing in the college football landscape, you have to travel a long way to get to the first team that has a positive record besides us that is also bad at rushing, and that is the Ohio Bobcats. First downs per game, we were at 22.9. We were number 2 in the nation, only behind North Texas, who we took down earlier this season. We had the second most first downs at the end of the year. Granted, I know some teams haven't played because the only thing that's going to change is the teams that also have bowl games. So, these guys might barely beat us or whatever, but still, we're up there in terms of offense efficiency. Interceptions, we ended up, I think, having 15, so we had 12, so we were in the top half of the college football landscape. 3 fumble recoveries puts us in the bottom half, so unfortunately, that was something we kind of didn't do great at, like I said, during the season. We were in the top half for sacks, probably the top quarter of teams in sacks. Defensive points per game, we were at, I think, 27, and I think that ranks us right around the middle, if not just below the middle of the pack. Yeah, so we were a top half team in points allowed points allowed per game. Yards, I think we were also relatively decent at. I don't think we were anything special. I think that was another stat where we were right around that middle pace, 4,643 yards. Passing, We will go ahead and search for us. I think we were at 3,400 yards. Yes, almost 3,500 yards. And that puts us in the bottom half of national teams, but we were inside the top half for against the run. So that just goes to show you Kenyon and Steve did a really good job slowing down that run. I know Mateo was also there. Dicker was there. Other people were there. Clay Wake helping out as well. But I think we did good against the run, and that's something that we still need to improve on. But, not even talking just about the run, defensive tackles are going to also help us against the pass, going to help that pass rush. Because in my opinion, you need an edge rusher and a D tackle. If you have two edge rushers, but you don't have good D tackles, quarterback can step up, right? Because then there's no pressure coming directly at their face. If you have two good D tackles rushing, you're going to get forced back, but if those edges aren't keeping the edge, the quarterback can escape out the edge, right? So that's why I think you need an edge and you need a good D tackle, because now you're forcing pressure up the field and you're slowly hooking him, and now you're kind of forcing him into a tighter area, in my opinion. Now, some people can argue that, some people can say otherwise, but that's just what I think. Third down conversion rate, we were at 49. We were in the top half of the league. Didn't face a whole ton of third downs accordingly. We were actually the least third down attempt team. That goes to show that we were converting on first and second downs, and we were able to pick up first on just those two downs. Fourth down percentage, we did not do, I think, as good, and especially as good as some of these other teams. Granted, we went for it quite a bit. We went for it 35 times, which puts us in the top 5 teams of go for it on fourth down. Now, out of those top 5 teams, and out of even, I would say, about the top 10, we were probably the third or fourth most efficient, which shows you we were good on fourth down when we needed to be. Completing just over half of them, I think that's something to note. We only attempted 1 2-point conversion. It was that one in, I think, the bowl game that we were just fucking around in, so I'm not too worried about it. Touchdowns in the red zone percentage. I don't think we did good here, if I remember correctly, or as good as I was hoping. Only 52% completion on offensive touchdowns inside the red zone. On 69 trips to the red zone, we only scored 36 touchdowns, so just a little over half, but we did end up getting 6 field goals while in the red zone too. So we're still leaving a lot of points on the board, but I think we're doing fine in that category. Defensive touchdown ratio in the red zone, we were at 45%. So we were a good defense when we were a good bend but don't break defense. And that's exactly what I wanted from my team. And that's exactly what they delivered. On 59 attempts to get in the red zone, we allowed 27 touchdowns and 7 field goals. So there were still plenty of points put up, but I think our defense held tall when we got to that moment. Turnovers, our differential was -5. I think that put us in the bottom half of the league, probably the bottom quarter of the league. We gave up 20. We gave up 19 picks, 1 fumble, and we only took away the ball 15 times, 12 picks, and 3 recoveries. I think the picks were pretty good. I don't think the total takeaways were all that great, but still, I think we did a good job on defense, taking the ball away when we needed to. Still puts us right around that middle pace for about an average defense. So we did our job. We did our job. It shows on the stats. We were 10-3. We did a very good job. Records, we didn't have any national records, I don't think, and I don't think we did any career records for San Jose State, but we did end up getting a couple of records for our guys. Deion Jones had the most receptions in a game with 18. He also had the most receiving yards with 5. The most receiving yards was 269. I think he finished just shy of that. I think it was like 250 something, 240 something, somewhere around there. So just finishing just shy of that. But Deion Jones could have walked away with potentially all 3 receiving records. And then Dalton Brink with 4 interceptions in a game. And I guarantee this is the record. I shouldn't say guarantee. I would figure if 4 receptions in a game would break the record for, I think, Mountain West Conference, I would assume the 3 returns for touchdowns would also break. Deion Jones just finished the season with 111 receptions. Like I said, he was just shy of that 1,500-yard mark from Eldon Shepard. He could have probably had that if we force-fed him the ball in those last couple games a little bit more. And, okay, no, it was actually 15 receiving touchdowns. So I think he technically tied it, right? It was 15, right? So, yeah, if we could have force-fed him the ball a little bit more, especially in that bowl game, I guess I maybe should have looked at stats before heading into that bowl game. We definitely could have had a chance to get Deion Jones in the record books for a season as well. Overall, I think we did very, very good on the season. I think we definitely overachieved, especially when you look at the roster. Some guys I'm worried about going into the offseason, of course, is Steve Hussein. He's a junior redshirt linebacker, going to be going into his senior year. He needs B conference prestige. You can't change conferences. You can't change conferences until the start of the new season, unfortunately, which I think is stupid because you would technically be joining a new conference after the season. So it should be moved up. Please do it, EA. It would help out a lot. Another guy I'm worried about losing is, of course, Monty Scroggins. I'm worried about losing some of the quarterback, Kevin Myers, Storm Gillette. Russ and Corbin look to be safe as they are not worried about their playing time right now. We're losing a lot of seniors. I think we're losing about 15 if I remember counting correctly. We're losing almost our entire secondary our safety group outside of Escobar, at least any safety that's all meaningful play time. So we're losing a lot of those guys. We're losing a couple pieces on the offensive line, a couple tight ends, a couple receivers. But overall, we're not losing too many pieces where I feel like the team's going to be overall tanked, and I don't feel like we're going to be losing too many important pieces in the transfer portal as well. I think the team's in a good situation. I do. I don't think I've signed nearly enough recruits at this stage to really sit here and say that we have done an excellent job. But have we done a good enough job where I feel comfortable in what we've done during the season? Yes. Now we just got to do the off-season work. We got to go get some guys that want to be here, as well as guys that think they can provide something for us as well. For the San Jose State Spartans, baby. It's time to do the dirty work. Go fucking on the road. Go get some kids to come here and play some fucking good football. Let's get into things, guys. I think this is going to be a fun time. Like the first season was just building the base, right? Getting guys in the door, getting that foundation set. This is where we get some star players. This is where we put up the walls of the house. Okay? Last year we built the foundation. Now we're putting up the walls. We're installing the plumbing and the electrical and the roof, and we're getting everything going. And now this is what it's built on. Let's go get it done. So we are at the players leaving section. Steve wants out. Kevin wants out. Scroggins wants out. Gillette, Jackson, Minnis, Spillman, Doyle, Folk, George, and Alani. I'm going to be honest. Alani, you can leave. George, you can leave. Carey, you can leave. JJ, you can leave. Dexter, you can leave. Minnis, you got to stay, buddy. You were a starter last year. You played well. He has decided to leave. Derek, I need you to stay now. Derek has decided to stay. Storm, I need you to stay. Storm has decided to stay. Monty, I need you to stay. He has not been persuaded. Steve, I need you to stay. Steve has decided to stay, so we have Steve back. Do we spend the last one on Kevin just to keep him here, or do we bring somebody else back? I wish I could fucking send a double one at Minnis. Unfortunately, I cannot. I'm going to let these 4 walk. I really don't want them. Spillman as well. I'm going to let those 5 walk. They're just saving me the trouble of cutting them. Kevin, if you want to come back, you can. No, fuck me. Okay. Get the fuck out. Go. Get the fuck out, pussies. I'm going to make sure I know which fucking teams all you all go to. Those are my 3 non-conference games next year, dickheads. Okay, so going into the transfer portal, we definitely need a lot of positions. Now, I don't think we can go after as many high schoolers that I have on the board, and a lot of the teams that are showing interest on some of our guys late, I think are going to bail and kind of back off, and I don't really think we're going to need to go heavy on them. Trent Guy, though, I'm going to take off. Iowa basically has him committed at this point. George Peterson, I'm going to bail on. If I'm going to bring in linebacker, D-tackles, I'm going to bring them in through the transfer portal. That tight end, I'm going to let go as well. These edge rushers, I'm going to let go. The agile centers, we're going to let go as well. I got to bring in a lot of guys, and I don't think I can do that with some of these guys currently on the squad, in my opinion. Like I said, a lot of these guys are going to fall off. A lot of these teams are going to fall off once a lot of these squads have decided to make up their mind. Latimer. What did you look like? Yeah, no, I'm going to get rid of you. You don't really fit a position for me. Miles Robbins as well. Get off. Grant Schmidt, I think we're going to have to try to find a running back in the transfer portal, so you can go ahead and leave. Thrash, same deal. Go ahead and leave. I think we got linebackers currently on the roster. These 2 tackles, I'm going to be honest, I might not even bring either one of them. We do need a kicker, and I'm just probably going to take whoever I think will have the most power. I like my taller kickers. We're just going to pick whoever's tallest out of the guys that have interest in us and go from there. So I think it would be Latte here. I don't know. It just seems like tall kickers and punters just overall have generally good power. So I'm going to pick him up. We are 7th on his board. We shouldn't have to spend too many points to go get him. Transfer portal. We'll have to look at running backs eventually. I don't think it's a position of need right now. So I think we'll come back to that later down the board. Receivers, I'm mainly looking at guys from big schools. I'm looking at guys that have potential to be former 4-stars, stuff like that. Looking at guys from teams like a Texas that should be good. 2 Texas guys. I would take that. From bigger schools, seem to do better because they have the chance of being 4 stars and then dropping down to lower star rankings. And now we're getting into sophomores, so I would like to stay with the freshmen because at least with freshmen, I know they're probably not jumping up from a 2 to a 3 at that point, and I'll have a better chance of bringing them in. Just trying to figure out who I want out of this group. 5'11" speedster wouldn't be too terrible. We'll look through our options a little bit more here. I don't think I need 3 receivers though. I think we're fine with who we're bringing in. So I think we'll move on from that. Tackle. I do want to look at some tackles and see who exactly we can bring in. I would like, again, like I said, I would like to look at some guys that are going to be probably freshmen and try to bring those guys in over some others, just because I know if I bring those guys in, I have the chance that they'll be even better than what some of these other guys will be. I like this guy. Guards. I do need to look at some guards. Just being 100% honest, I think we're going to look at guards over trying to see if there's anybody worth noting. My plan with defensive tackle is a little hit or miss right now. Couple things I want to do is I do want to grab guys that are going to be able to compete right away and give me the best chance to compete, as well as guys that are going to perform well. I don't necessarily need to go after the youngest guys for those. Edge rusher, I'm going to bring in 2 guys, but the main thing with them is this. So we're going to do this. 3-star, and we're going to do weight of 250 to 300. I want guys that are like 280 pounds. 280 to 290 pounds because I want them to be heavier guys because these are also going to help out on the interior. When we go to those, that 3-3 stat, with that 3-3, that 5-1-5 look, these guys are going to help out a lot because I'm going to be able to rush the passer with them, as well as I'm going to be able to slide them inside if we want to have more linebackers and more speed out there. And this guy's a junior, freshman but not tall, sophomore, not tall. I think I like these 2 guys, George and Sony. They're both 6'6". They're both 286 pounds. I think they can work for us. So I think that'll work out just fine for us. Go back over here, come back over here so that resets. Go back to 3 stars. We need safety help in the worst fucking way. And I got to get some guys that I think can play. So we're looking for younger guys. This Wisconsin guy kind of looks interesting. But I need young guys too. Just trying to find some freshmen for maybe some not half bad schools. 5'10" though. This guy, George Udeze, 5'11". Another guy, Sam Ease. Bring maybe both of them in. Just trying to find guys that will fit our needs. I'm going to go with Kegler too. I know I need safety help in the worst fucking way right now. And there's like no strong safeties available. Awesome. I'm going to look at corner too. See if there's anybody that surprises me. Maybe a good freshman. Okay, are any of you guys fucking open to coming here, at least? Not fucking really. And nobody's tall either. Motherfucker! Didn't I just cut your ass? Fucking liar. Didn't I literally just cut your ass? This guy could be pretty good. Kofi Mamulu from Washington. I'm going to grab him. I don't really have the points to scout anybody is the problem. That's going to be one of the major issues going forward, is having to scout any of these guys. So we'll have to figure out something for that. But looking at the board, what else do I need? Because we're bringing in about 4 defensive backs, 4 D linemen, 4 O linemen, 2 receivers, a kicker. I think we're in a good situation. I don't know where else I would want to bring a guy in at, though, is the problem. Do I bring in another edge, or do I bring in a running back? Did we get rid of Grant Schmidt, by the way? Just want to make sure, because I don't want to bring in 3 running backs. I really don't need 3 running backs. I mainly just need 2, but I need a guy that can maybe help out right now. 4-star running backs are probably one of the easy... Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? It wouldn't hurt to try. All right? Okay, let's just think about it, right? Wouldn't hurt to try. We can definitely try. And try to get him. So, but I think we're in a good spot. I think we can definitely work with what we got on our board right now. It's just going to come down to getting these guys in the building is the main thing. I have made 2 more moves. I have decided to let go of the 2 freshman tackle. I need help now. And that has opened up another spot. I think we're going to bring in another big edge. I think we're going to bring in 2 more tackles. And I think we got a lot of guys in the skill positions that I think can help us. So, once again, we're going back to tackles. And we're going to figure this shit out. We're going to get some guys in the fucking building that can help us out. I took my chances on Crook and Carne. I'm going to take my chances on Hope and Ben Walters. I think those are probably going to be my 2 safest options. Edge, we're doing the same thing that we did last time, but this time I'm not going to worry about height as much. So, 3-star edge, sort by freshman. Oop, I forgot to do weight, because that is kind of important. I want a big D-line. I want this fucking unit to sit there and not get pushed around. Dog is cool, not heavy enough. Brownlee, cool, not heavy enough. I'm taking a chance with Crow, I think. He is 6'3", so he's bigger than most edges, and he's going to be bigger than most D-tackles. He's 288, so he's D-tackle weight. The problem is Eastern Michigan. He could be a 2-star, and that would really suck. But I think that makes the most sense for me. This is going to limit a lot of what I do because we're having to go after so many different guys. But I think our first step is sending out offers. So yeah, our first business is just taking care of offers. Get offers sent out to everybody, and then we'll go through and try to figure out how we can spread these points around, whereas get guys that I think are a little bit more important, like the D tackles, you know, the first 2 edge rushers that we are going after, some of the other pieces, get a lot of those guys. A lot of the safeties we definitely need, so get a lot of those guys kind of involved and ready to rock so that we know who exactly we got to pull off of and who we can still stay in on and bring in. So we'll figure all that out in just a second. But so I think we start with the receivers. I think these guys are going to be good for us. I'm going to send 50 at both of them. I think the D tackles, I think I'm going to send 50 at. I think the edge rushers, I'm going to send 25 at. I think the safeties, I need to send 50 at. I think that's the best move for us. I think the corner, I send 20. I don't think I'm going to have the points to send any points after him. I need 50 on the running back. And then maybe just like 5 on everybody. Just try to get on their boards. And if for some reason they don't like us, or we get kicked outside their top 8, or if we get locked out or whatever, then we just slowly reel back and go find some other guys. I think is our best option currently at this stage. So we don't have enough points for Crook. We're just going to have to sim the week. Hope we don't get locked out on a lot of guys. We can go after other guys if we need to. Simple as that. I think that's probably the best plan. I think we got to go by positional need right now. We need some more weapons on the outside, especially for Freeman and whoever else is playing at quarterback. Russ and Storm Gillette. So Crook and Carnet locked us out. Mamula and Hope also locked us out. So we got to go after 3 new tackles, unfortunately. Yeah, Hope locked us out. Wow, he's getting a lot of offers. Mamula locked us out. We have some pressure on one of the safeties. Eastern Michigan is going after Abreu. A lot of guys are going after Applewhite. I think we're going to have to pull off on Applewhite. Receivers, we're facing no real pressure. Honestly, if we just get Applewhite up to 50, I think we can get him. I like him. 6'5" pass protector. I think we can wrangle. Fuck. Okay, realizing we need more guys, I decided to possibly bring back Monty Scroggins. We're going to bring in this tackle as well, potentially. We still need to go find another. It just makes sense to bring in as many guys that can help out the team as humanly possible right now in this current situation. So we're also going to bring in Dak Yates out of Wyoming. He's supposedly a 3-star, 6'6" pass protector. I'm going to try him out, see if he works out for us. At the guard position, we're going to sort by freshmen instead. It seems like a lot of these guys are not very good. I'm going to go Napier out of UTEP. We're already on his board, so if he doesn't have any offers, that's excellent for us. We can get in on him immediately. Got one more spot. I'm going to go grab the fucking safety that we skipped over, Camacho from Arizona. Michigan State's already in on him, but maybe we can make a comeback on him. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and send him a scholarship, and then we'll give him 25. We're going to send Napier a scholarship. We're going to send Yates a scholarship. We're going to send Scroggins a scholarship. And we're going to send Burgos a scholarship. Ooh, Iowa State's already in on him. Can I take my 50 off of somebody? Do we just take the 50 off of Applewhite here? Because 2 teams that are going after him have better pipelines. And we sent 50 and they still pulled away from us. So yeah, Applewhite's out. I think that's pretty clear and obvious at this point. Everybody else we're kind of still in on right now. So yeah, we're gonna send Yates 50, and we're gonna see how close we can make this. We're gonna send Napier 5, Scroggins 5, and then Burgos 5, and then I gotta find a way to get like 5 points back from somebody so we can send a scholarship to somebody. If we're bringing 2 guards in, 4 tackles, 4 safeties, 3 D linemen. Just trying to figure out what else we need. I don't really need another receiver. If we can get that running back, I'd be pretty happy. I took off one of the thumpers. I am just like, I don't need this many fucking thumpers coming in. Especially since we were able to keep Steve. Or do I bring one of the freshman tackles back? We're already in first on them. All I got to do is offer them a scholarship at somebody at some point. Because then I got somebody for the future. Yeah, we're just going to add another tackle. Instead of fucking going out and getting a freshman I don't really give a shit about, I'm going to fucking bring in another transfer. It just makes sense. Beef up the entire line as much as humanly fucking possible and hope and pray that a couple of these guys are good. Simple as that. I don't really have the points to fucking send him a scholarship right now. Honestly, I'd rather have the freshman than Monty. So I'm going to take his points off and I'm just going to offer this guy a scholarship. Get on his board, hopefully. That's my main objective. Get on his board. Because some of these guys are just going to go fucking recruited. So at this point, may as well try, right? So we're in second on Dak Yates. So now we just got to see if we're making a real dent or if we need to pull off and allocate elsewhere. And fucking Mississippi State's coming for this guy now. New Mexico's coming for that guy now. Fuck, I'm going to have to probably put more points on Cologne. We made a big dent. Probably stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway. Take the 50 off of Udeze, give him 5. Get Camacho up to 50. Get Chu and Scroggins at 5. And I have to hope that does enough for them to want to sign. And then I need Crow as high as possible. And I have to hope nobody else gets in on Walters. I gotta put fucking 50 on this bitch right now and try to secure him. And then we're gonna take the 25 off of George and throw it at Cologne to make sure that we can get him so that we get both well, all 3 of our edge rushers. And then everybody else should be fine. Gonna take the 25 off of him. I gotta put 10 on Latte. No, I only gotta put 5. I'll put 5 back on York. I'll put 5 back on George. 5 back on Walter. And then, yeah, that should be good. Maybe put 10 on Mafu. That way we're at least challenging. That probably makes the most sense to me anyway. All right, on to week 4. Give me my guys, please. Back in first on Crow. I don't think we made a dent on fucking Dak. If I don't think we're going to get him, I'm going to pull off, and I'm going to... Yeah, we're not going to catch. I got to pull off a Yates then. Ease, it's going to be close. It's going to be close on some guys. It's going to be really close on some guys. And we haven't even gotten on these guys' boards yet. Fuck me. I need them to fucking sign then. And I'm not going to have any points to basically go after anybody else. I'm going to have to go grab one of the freshmen and just offer them their scholarship back at this point. Is anybody else in on Stoneburner? No? Okay. Give me your points then. You can have 5 of your points back. Give you 10. Camacho, we might be able to catch. I'm going to have to risk it for a biscuit on that one. Everybody else we should be able to get. Yeah, should get everybody else. It's mainly going to be worrisome about the guys that I'm not on their board yet is the main concern. As well as Ease and Camacho. Those are my two most worrisome. Because unless there's a... Yeah, we're just going to try to bring the freshmen in then. And then, do I pull off his Scroggins too then? And just say fuck it? And just bring the other freshmen back as well? Because then at least that way I know I'm getting guys in, right? But I don't think I'm going to. Just going to add some points to some guys. Make sure we get all of them. And we should be fine. Hopefully we get everybody. Hopefully Camacho and the other guys that I'm not on the board yet sign. Simple as that. So yeah. That is all we can do at this point is hope and pray. Well, I guess one thing we can do is I know nothing about him. Yeah, nothing. All right. You just take the last 5. I don't care enough. All right. See if we get everybody. First name up, Cabos, one of the receivers. Emeka, the high school quarterback. Greg, the high school receiver. David, the high school corner. Another one, the third. My Mike, my high school D-tackle. Another Mike, my kicker. That's my high school tackle. There's one of the edges. There's one of the guards. There's one of the D-tackles. The other one. There's one of the safeties. 3 more of them. There's the 4-star running back. There's the other receiver. There's the second edge. There's the other safety. There's the third. Now we just need the 4th. There's the last high school linebacker, I think. There's the third edge. There's one of the tackles. There's the 4th safety. Now we just need the tackles that weren't interested to sign. There's one of them. There's Monty. And there's the last one. That is a perfect class of 35 players in the building for us. That is fucking awesome. That's going to lay that helps us so fucking much. 35. Oh, Napier went to Texas Tech. When the fuck did Texas Tech show up? Okay, well, that's annoying. Okay. Didn't get Max Napier. Whatever, I guess. It's just going to have to do at this point. So, position changes. Stoneburner, 89 overall. Cool. I don't think any of the quarterbacks can move. I don't think I've really recruited athletes at this point. I don't think any of the receivers can move. I think I kind of went over this last year. Can Cookus move at all? He can be a tight end. Congratulations, buddy, because I do not think I have room for you in the receiver room right now. Because we got Cavos, Cieslak, we got Speed, Morankala, DeMarco, Burns. So I don't think there's a whole ton of room for you in here right now. So go be a tight end for a little bit. Bridge is going to stay at right guard. York's going to move over to left. So York's moving over. And we got a bunch of right tackles. Scroggins is going to stay at right. Walters is going to go over and have competition with Boone. Chu's going to slide into guard. He's going to go over to right guard. Oh, I think we just moved the wrong guy. I think we just moved Tony. That's nice. So Chu's going to go to left guard. And then Burgos is going to come back out to right tackle. Or Taylor Burgos. And that should give us a good look. We're going to move Moa over to right. He's going to back up Bridges for this year. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And then Kieran, you're going to slide over to left for now. Left edge, we look pretty solid in. I can't move anybody really inside because they are not big enough for the most part, besides Crow, but we're going to leave them on the edges for now. Going to leave those guys on the edges for now. D-tackle, we're good in. Sam Backer, we're fine in for now. Wasn't Crick. Was it Burden? No. Was it Neighbors? I made one of these guys a really good pass rusher. Like a pretty solid pass rusher. You did. What do you look like at edge? We're going to send you down. You're kind of big enough to be there, and you're going to get cut anyway. So go ahead and head down there. See what you can do. Sam, did we do anything with you? We could. Because you're not quite fast enough to play linebacker on my team. And there's plenty of guys behind you that I think are going to be better. So you're going to potentially get cut anyway. We may as well send you down and let you have a chance to compete. Just saying. Levi Battles will head over to Sam. Nope, not fair. Levi Battles will. Thank you. He will head over to strong side. Let's see, did I make either one of you guys like an edge rusher? Did I try to make one of you two? No, you don't have enough openings. And what about you? You have a lot of openings. I could send you because you are a potential cut candidate. We'll come back to you though. Corner we're fine at. I think it's going to be Kegler and Udeze going over strong. That's, I think, the plan. They are a little bit bigger and a little bit slower. So your guys are going to go over to strong. Yeah. And then athletes, we have Gurley, who's going to be a running back. So I need somebody with speed back there next year. Lionel Watkins. Oop, nope, this is Plummer. Hate when it fucking does that shit. Lionel Watkins. 6'2", 247. I think has decent speed, right? Yeah, 83. You're going to go be backup Sam, maybe. I don't know. Let me see what else I have. I have 3 other mics on here. Honestly, what do your guys' coverages look like? Doesn't let me see it right now. Cool. Nate Conaway, you're going to be a strong safety. I know you're a little big, but fuck it. Why not, right? We'll just drop your weight a little bit after this season. Plummer, well, Westbrook. Do we make him a free safety? I think so. He'll drop some weight as well. Plummer. Nope, this is Watkins. Watkins, we're going to make you a mic as well. We're going to put plenty of mics out there. Plummer, you're going to go be the backup for Cam Kenyon. Actually, let's see what you are at fucking corner real quick. 70 zone. Jesus. You know what? You're going to be the perfect slot corner in a couple years. You match with their fucking speed anyway. Honestly, just move all these guys down to fucking edge. Let them out. No, not you. Not you. You stay. You're good. You stay. We do not need you going down. You go down. You guys are all going to have a chance to compete and play some edge. Most of you guys are getting fucking cut. And then what was it? Killebrew? Yeah. There we go. That's our linebacking core going into this year. So yeah, we got 3 safeties that I'm comfortable with. Ryu might stay just because of fucking personnel. And then at free safety, did we not move Udeze over? No, we moved Camacho for some fucking reason. Camacho stays over at free. Udeze moves over. No, not Karoma. Udeze moves over. Thank you. Fuck. Fucking Christ. Yeah, I think we're good everywhere. I don't really have a whole ton of complaints right now. Offensive line's still really weak. D-line's looking a lot better. A lot of these edge rushers are going to get cut. Just being fair about that. D-tackle we're fine at. Linebacker we're good at. Corner and safety should develop. So I'm happy. I'm happy to say the least. Just being honest about that. I'm happy. Yeah, 3-3. So no wait. Yeah, 3. Because Escobar doesn't fucking count. Honestly, Escobar doesn't count. Also, minutes signed with Washington State. Congratulations, Washington State. You earned yourself a fucking ass beating. So, yeah, they earned themselves an ass beating. Now we're going to go fucking develop all of our guys. And we're going to get this shit rocking. Get this shit popping. Squirrel pill popping. I don't know. Speed gets a dev trait upgrade. And who else? Steve gets a dev trait upgrade. I don't think that's going to really help him all that much. He's already a senior dog. All right. Corbin Freeman has 42. So, we're going to hit accuracy a couple times, and we're going to hit his IQ a few times, and try to get him unlocked. Physicals, let's go. Let's get that unlocked. Let's unlock this twice, and then I think we're going to upgrade his rating some more. Let's just go IQ. We'll keep his last 2 points, and we can maybe upgrade him during the season. Russ Novich. Going to go heavy on accuracy. I need you to throw beautiful balls. So now he should throw some good balls when he can. So 85 for Russ Novich. Storm Gillette. We already looked at his caps a while ago, but just going to hit his accuracy like crazy and then unlock that, I guess. That way, if he does have to scramble, I can at least throw the football relatively well. Mechie, I'm 54. I'm going to fucking do that one then. I was just going to say, I'm going to auto-upgrade you later then. Granted, his caps are kind of fucking insane, so I don't think he's still going to amount to much. Being real about that. Yeah, because his accuracy is already capped. And the IQ is going to be capped very shortly as well. So I highly doubt he's going to amount to much right now. And his elusiveness is almost capped as well. And there you go. His elusiveness is basically capped. Still not great. Kareem Stoneburner, our running back. His speed needs to be upgraded like crazy. 88's fine. I'm going to get his elusiveness, and then get his hands, and then get his awareness. 92. He'll definitely leave us after the season, unless he's already a senior. Yeah, he's going to leave us then. Either way. But that's going to help our pro potential at running back at least. Hutton, I got to get his elusiveness up. That was the biggest issue with him last season. He would be one-on-one with a defender and couldn't make a man miss. So, and then I got to do hands because those are kind of not great. So his carrying's at least up to a decent. And then we're going to do awareness. 80 overall for John Hutton. We got some usable guys now. Got some real usable guys. Damian Minor, I don't give a shit about you. I'm even surprised you're still here. You're probably getting cut if we're over on players, which I wouldn't be surprised if we are. Cone, we're going to go elusiveness and get him to be a shifty motherfucker. And then hands the rest of the way to get him ready to rock. So Glenn, much more usable now. Damian, fuck. Can I just cut guys now? Ahmad with only 24. That kind of sucks. Let's just upgrade that. We're going to give you a speed increase. Go hands 3 times. Going to have to really try to get you upgraded next year. It doesn't. As a 4th running back, that's not bad, but, you know, not great either. Cavos with 41. Already had a 75 overall. And we are going to upgrade his route running. I need you to get open, buddy. Make it easy for Corbin Freeman is the main goal. And then we'll go hands with the rest. And Cavos already up to an 86. C-Slack. 74. Elite. This guy was definitely a fucking 5-star or 4-star at minimum. Gonna make him have the best hands on the entire team. Throw it to this motherfucker, and he's coming down with it. Simple as that. And then fix his route running up a bit. 89 overall already. Jesus Christ. Let's do one more route running, and then let's do two awareness. Ty C-Slack. That's what we're gonna call you anyway. Brink. 80 speed. Fucking 5'8" little bitch. You just need to get open, buddy. With your 80 speed, I highly doubt that's likely, but gonna have to try. Get open, please. Pollard, we're just gonna make you really good after the catch, so that when you catch the football, we can just tell you, go fucking break a tackle, please. DeLuca, 24 points. What do we got for you? A whole bunch of fucking nothing. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sitting here upgrading you then. Speed, 47 points. Nice. Up to impact on his dev trait. I need your hands to be as good as they're going to ever be, because they're not going to be out of this world talented, but still. And then get your route running up as best as possible. We need you to be that deep threat for us. And we'll go upgrade your IQ as best as we can anyway. Jermaine Speed up to an 83. So he's going to take the place of Deion Jones, hopefully. And hopefully be even better than Deion Jones is the main thing. Nick DeMarco, let's get you into a route runner. Looking good already. We need to finish out your hands. Make sure you're good at getting the ball once we throw it to you. And then a couple into awareness. Nick DeMarco up to an 81. So both my freshmen played really well. Now they're big. Tim Bighill, do I really feel like upgrading you? Not really. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. You're a cut candidate. We'll just auto upgrade you. Cookus, I'm going to upgrade you. I don't even know if I'm going to technically start you, to be 100% fair and honest about that, dude. Just because I like the freshman that we brought in last year. And honestly, you're just here for fucking draft purposes at this point. Congratulations. You have a 50-50 chance on a jump ball. Harper. Glenn Harper. We're going to turn you into an ultimate fucking blocker right now. That's what we're going to do. And actually, let's make sure your hands are good to go. And then we can go back to blocking. That's good enough. And then we'll go IQ for the rest. And that will work for Glenn Harper up to a 76. Nice. Good job, Glenn. Various Landers. Gonna go hands for you. Get your hands up to what they need to be at. And then you're also going blocking. So I need you to be good at blocking too. Your route running I could care less about right now. And let's get your awareness up. And then finish out on blocking. 75 for Landers. Max Brooks I'm actually want to do because he was the former fullback. It's probably not going to matter much. It probably would have went to the same stats either way. Send it to there. And if we get his catching up just enough, he might be semi-usable. Probably not, really. And then let's see what we can get out of Albury. Just going to turn him into the ultimate blocker at this point. Just straight up monster. Vesey, you can fucking upgrade yourself. Boone. Clayton Boone, our star left tackle from last year. Star's a bit of a stretch, but you know what I mean. And Clayton Boone up to 77. Good shit. Walters, the sophomore, the transfer sophomore. Ben Walters. 60? He has star. Thank you, brother. Just keep upgrading your pass blocking. And now your run blocking, because you need some of that too. Ben Walters up to an 83. Let's fucking go. And we're going to give him some footwork. So we got our new left tackle. Mafu Chu. I think his pass blocking's fine. We're going to upgrade his run blocking. And then we'll do last one into IQ. So Mafu Chu looking pretty good too. Carl York has 50. We're just going to, I think I'm going to max out his run, and then we'll finish out with pass blocking as much as we can. Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll just keep going until we're basically maxed. Yeah, I'm just going to max him this season. That way I know what I have in him. So Carl York up to an 80. That's what I'm talking about. A Rolo. See what you got. Just upgrade his pass blocking all the way. He's actually jumping up quite a bit right now, to be fair. He's officially in usable territory. Yeah, he's usable. 73 overall. That's not bad. As like a third string option, that's not bad. I'll take that all day of the week. Going from like a fucking 57, yeah, I'll take that. Johnny Bettis. Upgrade his pass blocking some. Yeah, we're just going to max that. And then run blocking. Get that as best as we can. And we can hit power and like awareness next season. Yeah, we'll hit like power and fucking abilities next season. Cliff Roach. Let's go. Let's just max out his run blocking. If you're going to be good at one thing, that's fine. But you better be good at it. And then pass blocking to finish him out. 71, not bad. But considering that there was a 57 that just passed you up, that's kind of fucking depressing. Reigns, you're a center. I'm going to just basically max your run. And then we'll come back to run blocking later. Because at least with your run blocking, if you come in, then I know I got something going. And we're going to upgrade your awareness some so that you got some lead blocking going on. So yeah, not good at pass blocking, but pretty good run blocker, to say the least. Tyler Reigns. Emmett Moma, a guy that got benched last season because he's a bitch. I'm going to upgrade your strength. And then your pass blocking the rest of the way, or as close as we can get it. Yep, that was good. And then awareness. Probably could have done fucking footwork, and it probably would have worked out better, but still. Larry Grimes, a 1-star. Just max out his run blocking. Actually, let's upgrade his strength one, and then we'll do run blocking some more, and then we'll do lead block, well, IQ for the last one. So our right guard's not looking bad. Definitely have a little group there going. Let's do bridge. Let's just get his pass blocking up all the way, and then we'll hit out his run blocking a little bit, and then finish out with some IQ. Dwayne Bridge. Not as good as his buddy Bettis, but still not bad. I don't mind that from the two freshmen that played last year. Monty, let's hit your pass block again, and then we'll hit your run block a little bit more. Monty Scroggins up to an 81. Glad you're back, bud. Taylor Burgowis, 6'5" transfer. We'll just kind of go back and forth with these and make them pretty balanced. And then we'll do this. And he's a 74, not bad. Chester Roby, another guy that I think I'm just going to max your pass blocking. Just max that. And then we'll just get this as high as we possibly can right now. So Chester Roby, not bad. Mateo, just going to increase your pass rush as best we can. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I need you to be as good of a pass rusher as you can possibly be going into next season. I know you ain't the fastest. Just go out there and try your hardest, bud. Mateo up to an 83. I want to see what Neighbors can be. He's that linebacker that we had. He ain't a bad, like, specialist rusher. Like, if we bring him out onto the field to, like, rush the passer in late game situations, I don't think he'd be bad. I might keep him just for that. I think we're only going to upgrade Locke and Crow. I think the rest are going to be cut candidates anyway. Locke, since you're already so slow, we're just going to tell you, be the ultimate block shedding dude. Like, just get off the block, beat the run. I don't need you to be fucking a pass rusher. If you're out there rushing the passer, we're fucking screwed anyway. Crow, kind of the same deal. Not the same deal with you. It's just you're so big, and we're going to probably be having you play some D-tackle for us, that I need you to be excellent against the run. And then last one to IQ. Carlos Crow up to an 81. Yeah, the rest I'm going to just leave. Ayers ain't going to fucking whatever. Colin, whatever the fuck. I just need you to be good at stopping the run right now. Your pass rush moves look fine enough. I don't need you to be a superstar in that category right now. I need you to be really good against the run. So Sonny up to an 82. George Kawake. Whatever. Let's just make you really good pass rusher right now. And get your awareness up too. George up to a 74. I think he'll be good going into next year. Let's go Dicker. Let's try to get you going. Let's just go power moves all the way, bud. Okay, not a good overall, but I think you'll be fine against the pass. Good rotational piece, potentially. Sam. I forgot that it fucking splits the attributes when I move you guys down. Yes. Yeah, I'm not upgrading you. That sucks for you, bud. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm upgrading any of you, to be fair. Yeah, unless you can max your finesse move out, which I don't think you're gonna get really even close. Not really. Yeah, you're gonna get cut too, probably. Abreu, we're gonna do the D tackles next. Let's see, Kevin Abreu, for right now, going into this season, I need you to be the best run stopper possible. Because guess what? If you guys can stop the run even faster this year, like if you guys can stop the run before they get to the linebackers and Steve and Cam and them, I'm not going to have to worry about them fucking playing the run so hard. Then they can drop back and help out the secondary. And the longer they can cover, the more time you guys have to rush the passer. So, as of right now, we're going to focus on stopping the run, you guys getting off your blocks. Kyle Wimper up to a fucking 90 is insane. And Kyle Wimper is going to be fucking a monster. Jesus Christ. Joseph Vaughn, I'm pretty sure, is maxed. Yeah. Cool. Yay, Joseph. You get to keep your skill points. Congratulations, buddy. Van Buren, what do you have left to unlock? Let's do run stopping. Let's just do power moves all the way. Or at least the best we can. Zach basically went up no overalls. Lemon has 49, even though he's a low overall. We'll see what he can turn into. I'm just going to max out your finesse. And we're going to see what you can turn into. If you can turn into a monster in the pass rush, I'm totally fine with that. I think he could be good going into next year. 64 overall as a redshirt freshman, 1-star, with his fucking finesse move already maxed out, could be really, really good for us. Jimmy, on the other hand, I'm going to try to turn you into a pure run stopper. It does not seem like you like that. Jimmy, 60 overall, probably one of the cut candidates. I'd probably rather cut fucking Van Buren or one of the other guys over him, to be fair. JaMichael, same deal. Finesse monster. So JaMichael, I'm going to make you into a mainly pass rusher, but I'm going to upgrade you a little bit more in the other categories. So that you can potentially play this season too. So JaMichael Soliday up to a 67. Yeah, honestly, if I got to cut people, Vaughn and Van Buren are probably out. Foreman with 51 points. Let's see what we can get you made into. You could be a really good fucking pass rusher. I don't think your coverage is going to go up an insane amount. Let me see what the other linebackers can turn into. What is Steve good at? Oh, I can still get Steve's coverage up massively. What about the other guy, Murphy? What can I get him made into? Pass coverage. So we'll do those two guys. Cam, what can I turn you into? Not really a pass rusher. Pass coverage. Okay. So I might turn Foreman into a pass rush specialist. And Fair, probably just run stopping. So yeah, Foreman, you're going to be a pass rush specialist. And maybe in a year or two, I might move you down there to fully play edge. Yeah, we're going to max the fuck out of your pass rush. And then 2 to run stopper. Nope, 1 to run stopper. Okay. So Avery Foreman's going to be a pass rush specialist. We'll see if he gets the nod there then. Steve is going to be a pass coverage specialist. And Steve looks like he's going to be going to the fucking NFL. So Steve is a fucking awesome fucking linebacker now. 91 overall in his senior year. 80 in his junior. So now he's looking fucking insane. Antonio, we're going to get upgraded in pass coverage. And then run stopping for his last couple. And then IQ. So Antonio Murphy going to be looking like a good backup to Steve. Cam Kenyon, we're also going to make into a pass coverage guy. Even more than what we did last year. Okay, his stats just aren't going up as much as I was hoping. Being honest about that. Cam Kenyon up to an 80. Looking solid as always. Fair. Sammy Fair. We are going to turn you into just, what's your fucking speed? 79? Yeah, just a pure fucking run stuffer. Just going to be smart as shit. Able to stop the run. Sammy Fair up to a 78. So pretty good linebackers all around. Probably one of the better position groups that we have. Ladarius Conrad, max out his zone, and just give him straight man. Get him up as high as we can possibly get him. That's not great. Gonna upgrade his ball hawk and his bouncer, and now he has some abilities too, so hopefully he plays even better. Honestly, he might be a candidate if we can get some good corners in the building to move back to safety next year, if some of the safeties don't develop. Lorenzo Fulkerts, give him all his man he can handle, and then some run support. So he looks pretty good now. Looks like a good third or fourth corner. Jason with 67. Jesus Christ. Gonna max his man, and then we'll try to figure out his zone. I'm just gonna, I think, max his zone. Just get his coverage ready to rock. Jaron is in fucking sane. Jesus. Upgrade his hand so that when he gets the chance to intercept something, he is. So we got 2 solid corners now. Opposite sides. We are definitely not a man coverage team. I can tell you that much right now. Yeah, definitely not a man coverage team. We are definitely a zone coverage team. Not that we can't cover in man, just probably not suggested. Yeah, so we're just going to mainly focus on zone for some of the backups then. Just so that they know, like, hey, we ain't fucking playing man here. Which actually explains a lot of our fucking problems again last year. Kevin, if you're in the game, I'm going to need run support out the ass from you. So, go make a tackle. Sam Ease is a psychopath. Holy shit, this dude is insane. Sam Ease up to an 87 from the transfer portal. Fucking go. Camacho, Manny Camacho, another transfer portal safety. Gonna get his zone coverage up real high. Like I said, zone coverage out the ass. Okay, that's good enough for that. 2 coverages, and then run support. So Manny Camacho, good backup, 82 overall. Ahmet Kegler. Honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna auto upgrade any of the guys. I think I'm just gonna go to the cuts, and then whoever I have to cut, I think I'm just gonna cut. And then we'll upgrade anybody that's left over. Ahmet Kegler up to an 83. So some good safeties on the back end now. Really good safeties. George Udeze. Just going to go straight coverage on him. I just need him to cover if he's out there. Ooh, I thought his hands was going to be 1, not 2. I was going to do his hands and then his IQ. So Raul is insane in coverage. Bad news is he's slower than dog shit. So, and he has great awareness and great play rec, but he's slower than a bag of dicks. So he might be able to beat you to the spot, but you're going to be able to beat him down the field. So he's a fine third safety if we need to use him. And then Ethan Pope, kick power, kick accuracy, kick accuracy. Yeah, what a change. You know, last year when we're walking into the season and Steve and Conrad are our 2 highest players, and now Steve's the 3rd highest player behind a D tackle and a running back. And then he has guys on his tail like Cookus, Selak, another D tackle, Easy, Freeman, Conrad, Kavos. Yeah, we got a team now. We definitely got a fucking team now, and that's pretty fucking sick to see that. So, encourage transfers. Yeah, we got some guys to cut. Mechie can stay for now. Minor, get off my fucking team. I'm not gonna use you, even if my life fucking depended on it. Honestly, VC, get off my fucking team. I need to cut these edge rushers before I do anything. Burden, bye. Sheed, bye. Ayers, bye. Townsville, bye. Cricks, bye. Sam, bye. Walters, bye. Dotson, bye. 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 Chroma, go ahead and just get the fuck on. I'll keep the quarterback. I'll keep Big Hill. Keep Albury. And then I'll keep the rest, unfortunately. But we're in a good situation. I think the team's in a very, very good spot right now. So, not much to say. Not going to move conferences right now. I got to win the Mountain West before I move. Simple as that. I gotta win. So, I think we're in a very good spot, though. I think we're in an excellent spot. I think we're in a spot where we can really start making pushes. So, I don't think I really need to upgrade anything. You know what? I do need to upgrade. Get that going. That way we got some more interest from some high school O-linemen. Gives us a better chance to find some fucking gyms and shit. But we're in a good spot. We're in a really good spot. Not much to say. The team's impressive after 1 year. Going 10-3 and just crazy good right now. And because we're crazy good, fucking more people want to fucking leave now. You bunch of hoe-ass bitches. We'll set up the recruiting board, go over the schedule, all that fun stuff in the next video. For the start of Season 2, this is San Jose State, baby. You know what we do. With that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please stick around and subscribe. I'll be back for more videos like this. With that being said, I'm out. Peace. Ooh.